I will rebuild!
What is up, everyone? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day so far today. Jumping straight into day 26, I decided to work on some summoning. I got it up from level 10 to 19, and the main reason I wanted to do this was number one, to see if I couldn't boost my combat up a little bit with this, because I do need, 90 combat to be able to do smoking kills, which is going to help me out a lot in the long run. And number two, I just wanted to get this skill up because it's something that I do want to be putting free XP in, for example, from something like Jack of Trades or Troll Invasion. And the higher I get this skill out to start with, the more XP I will get from those free XP giving things. Then I went to work on my Growth Worm task. I got a ranged level, a hit points level, and I actually got 2 Slayer levels by the time I had finished that task. So I was actually super productive in terms of just overall XP gains. I was blessed to get an amazing Crawling Hand task, which, as you may guess, was nothing special in terms of XP or drops. And after that, I got a Bloodveld task, which is a task that I personally am not really a fan of, but it wasn't too awful either. I had a Banshee task after that, and I actually got an Ectoplasmator, which is really cool. It's like a Bone Crusher for ghosts. So basically I can start getting some prayer XP whenever I'm working on any sort of ghost type task, which is really great. I went on to finish that task, again another task that really wasn't super rewarding in terms of XP. I really like Growth Worms and I would love to get more of those, but was not quite that fortunate. I did, however, have a Fletching Daily Challenge that I did after that. And this had gotten me from 26 to 28 fletching, so a really cool boost just from that one very short daily challenge. I did Tree Gnome Village quest, which was really great. Now I can use spirit trees to teleport around, which is super convenient, especially for training at the level 60 divination location, and just general transportation in general. This is going to help me a lot. I did Gertrude's Cap for no real reason other than the fact that it's a low-level, easy quest, and just something to get done and out of the way before it's something holding me back from something else. And then I did Diamond in the Rough for, again, no real reason other than the fact that it's a lower tier quest, get it done and out of the way, and these very small XP rewards help me a lot more now than they would if I had higher levels. Sadly, none of these quests actually helped me obtain any sort of kudos in the Varrock Museum, so I decided to just go, what's it called? Basically just help in the museum. I don't know what else to call it, where you dig through your finds and try to find something nice to give to the museum as something they can display. And I finally did get something which got me enough kudos to finish the Varrock Easy Task set, which is ideal. This helps me so much because now I can start buying battle staffs every day from NAF. And this is something that I need to be doing because this is going to help me get my crafting level up and also be able to make money through crafting instead of it being just a massive buyable money costing skill that'll set me back in terms of bond money. I alked up to level 66 magic, which was the requirement to get into the magic guild, which is where I needed to go for a hard clue scroll that I had in my bank for just at least a few days at this point. So I was very happy to get that done, and again, I'm not going to throw all of my clue scroll rewards into this video. I like to save most of them for my clue scroll compilations, and there will be another one of those eventually, but really nowhere close to finishing that. I just don't want to bore you guys with junk loot after junk loot, when instead you could watch a whole video dedicated to that, right? Then I went to Runespan. I went from level 58 to 66, which is a really good milestone. At this point, I can go up to the top tier of Runespan and just get better nodes and just better runecrafting XP regardless of everything. It's just going to help so much with runecrafting training in general. And that was the end of day 26. You can see 1379 total level, making a lot of progress, just shy of 10.2 mil XP. Really nowhere even close to a 99 at this point in terms of total XP, but you know what, we are making progress. Starting day 27, I was already in Runespan, so I figured, you know what, might as well train a little bit here while I'm here instead of having to come back another time. I was also just definitely in an AFK mood, so starting level 66, I went past 67 and stopped at 68, and at this point I decided, you know what, I've been here long enough. I left and I bought a Wicked Cape, number one, because weight reducing armor is just really good and something that'll help me with agility training in the long term, and number two, because every Wicked piece that you buy increases the capabilities of your Wicked Hood. So this means another teleport, another rune withdrawal, and I believe another 25 pure essence. So just something that'll help me a lot with my Wicked Hood daily. I did Troll Invasion for the month, and this got me from 19 to 24 summoning. So that's what I was talking about before, and that getting that up more before I use these rewards is just going to help me that much more in the long term because I will get more XP every time I use one. I did my god statues right after that for the month, and nothing really too special. around 30k construction XP, just under 10k prayer XP. I didn't really unlock anything super notable. Well, I guess I can make an aquarium in my house now, which would be nice, but it's not anything that I want to focus on right now because I'm not really in a place where I think AFKing fishing is a real goal of mine right now. I did the quest Icthlurin's Little Helper. I got a woodcutting level, 2 agility levels, and 4 thieving levels, which is just crazy how much XP I got for that. But then again, they were just like really low level skills. This is what I'm talking about, and just wanting to do quests for the fact that the XP reward is going to boost me up a lot more at low levels because it's a flat XP reward, and that isn't going to make a difference at all when I'm at a higher level. I did Ferminic Trials after that, another really tedious quest. I don't remember it being this tedious, but I got 2 thieving levels, 2 agility levels, and 2 fletching levels as well. A farm run after that got me 32 farming, which is a really good milestone just in the fact that now I can do renars. I can start farming good herbs, which will actually give me a lot of profit, and the more I remember to do these farm runs, the more it's really going to help me. I went to the bank and I saw that someone had a portable forge left out, so I decided to take advantage of the opportunity. I believe I was using my cocktails from the beach, and I actually used protein bars that I had from Treasure Hunter a long time ago, and I got 4 smithing levels from 58 to 62, just a really, really good boost for an expensive skill. I had a Runespan daily challenge, so I decided to knock that out. Surprisingly, I didn't get enough XP while I was there for a level or for my reward for a level, but I did finally have enough points to buy the next set of Wicked Armor, which, as I already spoke about, is something that's just going to help me out a lot with my dailies. And ending day 27, I decided to AFK just a little bit of divination. I don't know if it was just because I was really tired at this point or if I was just completely oblivious, but I didn't notice that I was at the level 50 divination spot even though I had hit level 60. So my bad on that one. I am actually AFKing divination as I record this, and this time I am at the correct spot, so don't you guys worry too much about that. But 1413 total level and just over 10.5 mil total XP at the end of day 27. Kicking off day 28, I decided to do something that I had been planning on doing for most of my mining training, but the main thing that was holding me back from doing this is that I didn't have good signs of the porter beforehand. This was one of the main reasons I wanted to get divination up early, was so that I could use porters for when I train mining. Just because I had known from the beginning I wanted to do granite, just in the fact that this is one of the best XP per hour mining training methods until you're able to do something like the lava flow mine or the living rock caverns. So this was basically my main plan, and it was actually pretty nice in that I had been talking to a friend of mine beforehand about this, and that he had actually gotten a decent amount of granite per hour, and if you grind it all down, which of course takes even more time, into the smallest piece of granite, the 500 gram granite I believe it's called, which is used for granite lobsters. That's what they're called. Number one, due to the fact that bonus XP weekend is coming up, and number two, just in the fact that it's a necessary resource for a really good training method, they aren't worth garbage, right? So even though it wasn't a lot of money per hour, and by no means am I advocating this is what I think people should be doing for money, it was nice, I should say, to make a little bit of money while I was training something that I knew that I needed to get up eventually anyway. I AFK'd a divination level, stopping at 61, and then it was back to questing. I did the contact quest, and then I started doing Spirit of Summer, but I got caught up in the part where you need to plant a limpwort root. And so during that point, I had like 25 minutes or something that I had to wait, so I went to the agility course. This is pretty much the best course I can use until I do Cold War or until I hit 35, and I was already 34, so I figured, you know what, I'll just train out level 35 at the Gnome course, and the next time I train agility, I can just use the Barbarian course, and that'll just be so much better. After that, though, I did finish the Spirit of Summer quest. I got a summoning level, prayer level, and a farming level. So it was really cool. I love how these quest rewards are actually helping me. Even though I don't like doing these quests, they're really tedious and I just don't enjoy them for the most part, I know that they're just so worth it and so beneficial to my account. I noticed some protean logs in my bank from Treasure Hunter, so I decided I would use those up. I went from 30 to 32 fletching, and that was just like when I caught this fletching bug, this disease inside of me that could only get cured if I AFK'd fletching really hard while watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I decided to do willows up to like 50, or oaks and then willows, something along those lines, and then I got caught up in doing the big chin. This is another daily that I really need to make sure that I'm doing as much as I can remember. I went from 41 to 44, which, if you think about it, isn't a lot of XP, but it's a really big boost proportional to anything that I can do in terms of training. So the big Chinchompa, as well as daily divine locations, I really need to focus on doing. If you didn't know, Balthazar's big bonanza raffle thing is going on. So I went to him and I actually did manage to get myself some Death Touch darts. Now, I had spoken to a friend about doing these previously, and we had talked about maybe doing Virago with them because he had done some math about it, and even though I only have 3 darts, and maybe he would have darts as well, and it would take 5 darts to complete a Virago, proportional to something like Calphite King. Virago would just be more money if we got lucky, and you're really not going there for the standard loot anyway. You're just really praying to get a good drop, and I guess Virago just worked out mathematically to be better. Sadly, Virago actually doesn't work this year. People had tried it and it didn't work, but wherever and whenever I go, you guys will see, and you'll see what I get. But then it was straight back to fletching as you would have it. I started again at 30 on this day, and I went from 30 all the way through to 67, which is just absolutely insane. Well over 500,000 fletching XP, just AFKing for hours and hours. And this is why I love having a second monitor, is I can do something like this and I don't go insane. It was just, it was a glorious, glorious experience. After that, though, I did decide to actually use up my darts, try them out, and see if maybe I would get lucky. And it was basically, Calphite King was the only thing I could really do unless I wanted to save them for a long time and try and do next. And I figured, you know what, whether I get a next drop or a Calphite King drop, there's not going to be a big difference in price anyway. And I could use the money more now than I could in the future, just in the fact that having that extra money to go toward bonds would just be so, so beneficial at this point. But, you know, you guys know me, you know how lucky I am with drops. I'm not at all lucky with drops, so I did not get anything good. It was pitiful, actually, how little I got, and it was shameful in the fact that 2 of the drops were like these full inventory drops that I couldn't even loot because I can't use any sort of really good Beast of Burden. Like, I can't yak my stuff. So it was just, it was bad. It was bad. But that was the end of day 28 and also the end of this episode at 1459 total level and just over 11.2 mil total XP. So we are making really good progress. I think it's been really productive in the fact that I personally feel like I'm wasting a lot of time. I feel like everything I'm doing is doing stuff in a good, efficient order and also like good, efficient methods. So even though we're not flying toward max, we are making a lot of really good progress, and I love sharing that with you guys. Hope you are having an amazing day and continue to do so. If you do enjoy these progress updates, make sure you subscribe so you can see them as they come out. And also, if you think you have a friend that likes them, tell them about it, because there will be many, many more episodes, and I want to share that with as many people as I can. Have an incredible day, stay happy, and I can't wait to see you in my next episode where I will return and I will rebuild.
I will return, and I will